Capricorn, happy Valentine's to you. It's the month of love where people are falling in love and sharing gifts of love and lots of things like roses. And roses are very, very interesting for you this month. Why? Because what makes a rose? What is the alchemy that brings the beauty, the sweetness, the aroma out in a rose? Well, you've got to leave it sitting in a lot of shit for a while in order for that alchemical process to happen. And I know you're saying, no, don't tell me it's going to be one of those months. No, this is going to be a bit different. This is going to be a month where other people's emotional instability, other people's shit maybe that's coming up to be dealt with, stuff that maybe they can't handle, that you might need to go in and handle on their behalf or so on like that. You grow because of the stuff they can't deal with. You emerge because of their shit. You transform into the beautiful rose because of the strength you're going to accumulate this month emotionally by observing and watching how you don't have to be touched or triggered by the stuff that other people are going to be bringing you. You see how it works. And all that shit, as I said, that other people who may not directly be bringing it to you, but you'll see it around in your atmosphere, in your workspace and just around. Let that be the thing that transforms you. Let that be the moment where you watch other people and you say they're behaving very badly. They're not handling that situation very well. They're not really stepping up to the plate. They're not doing their duty. They're not doing something. And yet here I am. I am. But what I also recognize in the behaviors of other people who can't handle their emotions is just how much I've grown and how much I've learned how to handle them myself. And at times, Capricorn, you will definitely at some point see somebody's unusual, strange, or bad behavior. And you'll recognize some pattern in it, something that you may have once done. And you'll say, right, from where I'm looking now, that's a behavior that I'm never going to do. You'll never find me doing that. So there's a lot of that going on. People and their emotional shit only feeding your growth and your alchemical transformation into that sweet Valentine rose. So do you see? So when this shit comes out, as your first card comes, my love, when it comes out, don't get triggered. Don't get upset. Don't get drawn in. There may be anger. There may be tears. And again, don't take it personally. You just keep recognizing how much you've transformed and kind of maybe gauge it against other people. I don't mean comparing yourself to other people, but maybe using a standard, a gauge, and saying, I'm glad I'm not like that anymore, or I'm glad I've never been like that, or I'm glad I don't get triggered by that anymore in the way that maybe other people had wanted me to, So it's a great alchemical transformation for you to grow strong. So why is all of it happening? The full moon in Leo. Leo wants us to be stronger, braver, more courageous, to see things from a more magnanimous kind of point of view, to work from your heart. And it's saying, while all of this emotional landscape is a bit tricky or wavy or a bit like that, I'm still able to stay heart-centered and cope with it and deal with it. And like a true Leo, maybe, laugh at it, laugh it off, and get more respect for yourself, get stronger in your self-confidence and self-esteem. So it's very, very nice, very nice. Now, we have Mars acting as an ally this month, who moves on February 16th into Capricorn. So there is a major Capricorn party going on right now, Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, and from the 19th onwards, the 16th onwards, Mars is going on in there. So there could be a moment here where you are really starting to assert yourself, getting bolder with the decisions you're making, getting bolder with the words you have to say, being more straightforward, thorough, forthright. This is what I've got to say. Don't challenge me. This is what I have to say about a certain subject. So this is also very strong this month. There may be a conversation that needs to be had with you and somebody else, be it in work, a partner, some relationship, family. It's like we need to have a conversation. We definitely need to have a conversation or that conversation. However, this time it's different. With Mars as your ally this month, you're going in with great confidence. And there's a feeling of, why shouldn't I tell my version of events? Why shouldn't I tell the truth? Why shouldn't I stand up for what I believe in? Why shouldn't I put my beautiful Capricorn face right up there and say, we need to talk? Why shouldn't I? So there's a level of confidence being built in you this month. Yeah, from the alchemical shit that grows the roses, but also from Mars, who's giving you that great confidence this month. I feel another thing that's happening, communication is everything. You might be very, very busy this month, but maybe communication between you and a family member might kind of amp up. It might get stronger, and you're having more confidence and feeling more enthusiastic perhaps about dealing with maybe a difficult family member. But if you have to deal with an issue over a home or a property, even a foreign property, because Mars was in the 12th house, if you have to really put energy into that, then you've got it this month by the bucket load. So dealing with properties, land, or family issues, dealing with builders, construction workers, anything like that. But certainly if you were destined to have a talk with somebody, which is very much this card, this is Saturn in Libra, maybe a talk that you need to have with somebody in work or with your boss too. There's a feeling of, we're going to have that talk. It's going to happen. But it's all going to be done with a great level of confidence. Yes, we have a few cards coming out there now. So what else is going on? We've still a huge amount of energy in the 3rd house this month with the Piscean energy. Mercury is retrograding this month. The Sun is going to be moving in there. Venus is going to be moving in there for a while until she moves into Aries. When we have the new moon in there. So it's definitely this thing about communication. Also this thing about understanding things in a way that you've never understood them before. For me, the strongest theme, apart from transforming through the roses and the confidence that's coming your way, the strongest thing is, it'll be a month where there'll be all moments of, I never knew that. I had no idea. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you couldn't do that. I didn't know this person thought like that. I didn't know this. Full moon in the 8th house, there could be secrets coming out this month. And there's a feeling of, I never knew any of this, but now that I know it, everything is much clearer. So for me, it's a sense of lots of things for you getting readjusted, because the information is pouring in and the conversations are very enlightening. So it's almost like by the time we leave this month, you've shifted into a totally different space. Definitely more confident, definitely better able to stand up for yourself, because that might be also something that comes this month. If somebody gets very sloppy emotionally and very purging their shit that they're not emotionally mature enough to deal with, you could find yourself with great confidence but great maturity going in and ending it, killing it, and again coming out with more confidence. So it's communication, bits of information, and other people's inability to grow, transform, move on, which actually levels you right up from the inside out. So it's so great. It really is so great. Yeah, the Lovers coming out like that. We'll get there. So what about the Lovers in a month of love? Well, Venus starts off in this 3rd house. All about talking, doing things, traveling, doing fun things with your current partner, or having great conversations with people that might open the door up for you for meeting a new love partner this month. It's word of mouth. It's talking to people on the phone, emails. It's getting out there, keeping up to date on your social media. It is all of that, which brings somewhat of a success, because the Sun is going to be going in there from February 19th. there might be a bit of a successful moment for those of you who trade, for those of you who work in any of the sciences, mathematics, customer service, where you have to deal with people, you know, one-on-one. There's a feeling of, yeah, you could do really well. I see some of you also with the new moon in Pisces becoming very, very interested in communicating in a different way with people, a more heartfelt way, an easier way, an expressive and creative way. You know, it's like, let's talk, but in a different way. Let's brainstorm and think of something way out there. Let's not keep it small. Let's talk, but let it be a big idea. So some of you coming up with some big creative ideas which could bring you success later on. I see some of you, even though it's Mercury retrograding this month, you could be very tempted because some of your electronics, cell phones, whatever, might kind of go a bit weird. You might say, well, you know what? It's Mercury retrograde, this shit's happening, but it's probably about time that I upgraded my phone. It's probably about time that I upgraded something, my car, my bike. You know, I'm not going to see this as a bad thing if Mercury retrograde totally messes up some of my electronics, because I have the money, or I can get the money, and I feel like, nah, I'm going to give myself a bit of a gift here and spend some money on upgrading some of my technology or even vehicles. So that might be something that you're doing. And later on in the month, some of you might be spending money on upgrading something in your house, or maybe communicating with family this month. You might say, you know what, I might take a little journey and go and see some of my family at the end of the month. So that's really nice. Now, my love, we've all the cards that we need right now. So we've kind of got the energy covered. It's kind of an unusual month this month, energy-wise. It feels like there's a lot going on, but yet it will always boil down to maybe one or two important things, and you're saying, that's good enough for me, I can handle that. We don't want lots and lots of chaos. I'm happy to deal with the most important things, and that is your transformation because of other people, and maybe communicating more and finding some pleasure in all of that communication. So let's get to it, my love. Let's deliver your Valentine cards to you. Express delivery. Ding dong. So here we are. So we open up with work. Capricorn is hard at work, fixing and repairing something. For me, it feels like fixing and repairing a vision or a dream you have of something. Maybe fixing and repairing a friendship, even for some of you, or a group and work that maybe things got a bit tight or tense or a bit, you know, on edge. There's a feeling like, calm, bitches, calm. I know you're all fertilizing my roses here with your emotional shitty landscape, so calm. Maybe let me step in with Mars going into Capricorn to fix, repair, and redirect a vision that seems to be, other people might be letting things tumble down or fall apart or let things go. You're saying, no, not while I'm here, not while Capricorn is holding the fort, and certainly not while Mars is moving in to join Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. It's not going to happen. This is going to keep going. The vision, whether strongly in work, with a group of people that you're working on something, a friendship, or some other vision that you have, it's like, I am so determined. This is not going to fall backwards. This is not going to fall by the wayside. This is not going to just drift away. This is not going to be something that other people throw in all their, oh, it's never going to happen, and then we all give up. It's not going to work like that. I'm putting a huge amount of force, even if I have to do it on my own for a while, into making sure this thing that I'm very passionate about is going to work. And again, if it's a friendship or bringing a group of people who may have had a bit of distance or discord, I'm going to bring all of that back together. I'm going to make it happen. They're not getting off the hook. I felt that there too. It's almost like people dispersing and kind of drifting off, and you coming in and saying, no, sorry, everybody, you're not quite off the hook yet. We still have work to do. You're not going to drift away. I'm not going to lose contact with you. It's not going to go like that. No, because I'm bringing you all back in. I'm bringing you all back in, so we start with this passion, with this idea, with this good thing again. So you seem to be holding, a group of people are holding something together because you feel in your heart and soul that it's definitely worth it. I get the sense it is too. Now, we have this here. There is a serious conversation that needs to happen, maybe between you and a sun, moon, and ascendant in Pisces, or it could be Scorpio or Cancer. But there is a serious conversation needed. Probably in work too, it could be happening. There's a feeling of, again, this thing of, we need to keep this going. This serious conversation needs to happen. We need to get this back in line, back in order. There needs to be structure, discipline. There's a feeling maybe for some of you that there are people around you who are all a bit carefree, all a bit, oh, it'll be fine, we'll figure it out along the way. Look, we don't need a plan, we don't need a structure, we'll just whenever. And you're like, in my book, I'm Capricorn, there's no such thing as whenever. We're going to nail this, we're going to get it together. So the whole top row for me is like a serious conversation and serious hard work that you're very passionate to do, because you want these people or ideas who are drifting, or they're like, another time, oh, we must do that. You're saying, no, we're nailing it down. If it's a contract, there's no, oh, I'll call you tomorrow. We're nailing it down. If it's a boss saying, oh, well, set an appointment and I'll meet you sometime. No, we're nailing it down. We're going to get a meeting, a partner, a friend, a group of people, family members. It's like, yeah, when are we going to talk again? Yeah, okay, I'll call you then. We're nailing something down. That's what I feel. So it doesn't drift away and it doesn't fall into the wayside. Maybe because this month there are people around you, it seems, Capricorn, who are really not keeping it together. Their emotions are up and down. And you seem to have this gift this month for everybody of, we're going to talk. We're going to open this up. I'm going to keep calling you. I'm going to keep phoning you. I'm going to keep emailing you until we get everything back on track. For some of you, you could be dealing with somebody going through a real crisis and you're saying, no, I know you say you want your space and I'm going to respect that, but at the same time, I'm going to still keep touching base with you to make sure that you know somebody's there for you. I'm not going to let you drift into sadness. I'm not going to let you drift into pain. I'm going to keep talking. I'm keeping it all open and the dialogue is there. Because we are strong and I'm going to keep this together. The feeling I have with you this month, apart from the strength of I'm keeping all of this together, it's like you're the captain of this ship and your heart and soul is in it. Whatever this is that's coming up for you, your heart and soul is definitely in it. And I feel it's an even stronger moment than ever for you to really step up, Capricorn, and show them what you can do. I am the captain of the ship, therefore I will direct this, direct that, direct this. Everybody has a job to do. That's what keeps us together. That's what keeps this family together. That's what keeps this friendship together, this project, this thing. I'm at the helm. So Capricorn, prove your worth, because you have a lot. You have a lot in your kind of goodie bag that will do something like that. It will keep everybody together. So now you're getting the cosmic call. Hello, Capricorn. Yes, well, we're getting in touch with you because we need you this month to be the captain of the ship and you to give out, not orders, because this is not about being bossy. I didn't get that feeling at all. It's more about we are in this together. A ship doesn't sail just with a captain. We all have our part. So that, again, is the strongest feeling as we go into the month I have for you. And I think everybody will respond. It feels like this month you will be the only one with the clear head, keeping everybody intact and together. Now, mid-month, yes, communication is all a bit strange. I do strongly feel the energy of Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. There's a water sign. There's also Libra there, but there's communication. Maybe they are going through something. Maybe they're going through a tower moment. But it's again, I feel this so strongly, Capricorn. It's like, I know there's a temptation for you to say, well, that didn't go right. That was a bad meeting. That was a bad conversation. I didn't like the vibe, that the way they spoke to me. There's a feeling of saying, and now I'm shutting myself off. And yet, what I feel is happening for you this month is, come on, come past that. You're bigger than this. You're bigger than this. Are you really going to cut a person out of your life because of this? Now, you might say, well, actually, the behavior was so out of control, it was warranted. But there might be a moment this month where you say, could I give it another try? Could I give it another try? And maybe not be proud? I know that's difficult to hear. I'm not saying you are proud, but there's something to be more proud of than pride. And you're saying that doesn't make any sense. The ego pride. If we can get past that, there's something to be prouder of. I know that sounds a bit cryptic, but there is a situation I feel for you mid-month that almost, it triggers you to a point where you say, well, I'm not calling them. Or I'm not, they've given me the clear signal and I'm not interested in that. They didn't do this or they did something wrong. If the ball is in their court now, get past this. Get past this. Get over the pride and then be proud of yourself because you did. And again, I will say that I know I'll get in the comments people who say, do you mean that toxic person, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't mean that. I never mean that. What I mean is you might see it. Just that one weird moment where there's is that my pride talking? Should I push forward a little bit and be a bit more insistent with somebody? Convince them a bit further? Keep the space open a bit more? Get involved a little bit more with something so I understand all the energy in the third house, maybe why a person is doing X, Y, or Z. Yeah, I know it's one of those months. Sometimes we get those. Because what you don't want, my love, what you don't want is for a good partnership, a good friendship, a good business deal, a good family relationship to get all weird because of this stop-start communication. I called them, I caught them in a bad mood, I'm not phoning them back. They have to phone me. Or you get worried about them. There's a feeling of like, don't get trapped in an emotion. Get through it. Navigate through it like the captain of that ship. And don't jump into the thing of, well, like a pride thing, I have to say, Capricorn. It's like getting over a pride. And I know, you don't have to tell me, I know that you have your integrity, you have your dignity. Pride is not usually your thing, but the full moon in Leo is bringing this up for everybody in different ways. And maybe because you value your integrity, maybe because you respect yourself and you want to be that, straight as a die, respectable person, maybe this is a good opportunity for you to also purge any weird corners where there is something that's a bit prideful, that you're saying, that's not me, and that's certainly not the face that I want to put out there. That's certainly not the vibe I want to give off. Dusting that shit off. Thank you to this weird situation for showing me that I should be bigger than this. And I should be using my Capricorn talent rather than pushing everybody away, to be the captain and say, no, I'm keeping this together. I'm keeping this together, but not in a toxic way. I'm keeping it together because we're going to get talking, because we're going to get negotiating, because we're going to keep it together in a healthy way and maybe purge any of the unhealthy things in here. Yeah, we're going to break through those icy barriers. Yeah. and coming towards the end of the month, this is divine timing. It is right for you, it seems, to be going through a month like this where there are a lot of unusual, crappy things coming up from other people, so you can have that moment of strength and say, we're going to break through this ice barrier, we're going to break through this, and I'm steering it. And I'm not going to falter. I'm not going to get all in my headspace and get all weirded out by it. I'm not going to get maybe all pissed off by my boss or pissed off by the colleagues that I work with. I'm not going to get pissed off with somebody who's directing their wrath at me, or somebody who's messy as hell, or somebody who's confusing. I'm not going to do that. If they're coming to challenge me, I'm not taking it personally. I am using this as a Valentine's gift to myself to grow from it. The cosmos has given me the fertilizer, the manure, the shit, and watch me blossom. Watch me blossom. Watch me grow. And that is where it's divinely timed. And in doing that, my love, I feel something strange comes to an end. It's like the difficulty with communicating with certain people, the stopping and the starting, the feeling like always having to wait on people, the feeling like people are moving out of your life and you're not able to keep it all together. That seems to come to an end, and the reason being because you're no longer sitting on the fence. This is a moon in Libra. Libra represents your 10th house, where you take charge of something, where it's a very Capricorn style house, where you're respected because of the good, strong decisions you're making. And that's what seems to be happening. If you can work through this energy, my love, this month, the uncertainty may begin to come to an end. The confidence in just making strong decisions, even though other people might be kind of sending you off course. You're saying, you can't send me off course. I'm the captain of this ship, and I will go right through those high tides and maybe even icy barriers. So there's a beautiful, I like this energy for you this month, my love, because it's quite an alchemical shift. It's a transformation, and everything that comes your way this month is really helping you to get stronger and more confident. But for me, certainly to transform into being somebody who is able to take charge of a situation in a very loving way, in a very heart-based way, and keeping the dialogue open so things don't get difficult anymore and people look at you like the hard taskmaster. You're saying, no, I'm in charge. And any good manager or any good captain knows that it takes a lot of people to make that ship sail. So enjoy the voyage, bon voyage. So my love, I'm going to leave it at that. These are just the general energies of the month, you know that. So to get into the nitty gritty, to focus on your relationship, the singles, to focus on new love in Valentine's. Where is that going to be happening? For your money, for your career, family, friends, home, everything we don't touch upon here, my love, come to the deep read on Vimeo. Now you know what to do. There's a link down there in the description box. Click into it. Come on over. I'll meet you over there. We'll get into the details and we'll get stuck into it. But if we're going to leave it at that, my love, happy Valentine's to you, and enjoy your gift of not just receiving roses, but becoming the rose this month. Enjoy it, my love. I'm going to leave it at that. Have a wonderful month. Until next month, my gorgeous, I leave you with all my love and a great big Valentine's kiss from me to you. Mwah. Bye, my beautiful.